standards. As a developer, we are going to write several lines of code on daily basis. For the project implementation, we will be doing the coding. As part of that coding, we may do some mistakes or we may not follow proper coding standards. Now, how to identify our mistakes, how to correct our coding standards. That's where code review comes into picture. We will perform code review to identify the mistakes done by the developers, to identify the mistakes of the developers in coding. We will perform code review to identify the mistakes of the developers in coding. With the help of code review, we can provide quality code. So whatever the coding we have done, in that code there can be some mistakes. We will do the code review and we will identify the mistakes and we can correct our mistakes and we can provide quality code. To perform the code review, we will use a software called Sonar Cube. Sir, okay, project coding is done. How can we identify, are there any mistakes done by the developers in the coding? If you do the review for the project, if you do the code review for the project, then we can identify what are the problems available in our project, what are the mistakes done by the developers in our project. So to do that code review, we are using one software which is called as Sonar Cube. To perform code review, we are using a software called Sonar Cube software. Okay, then what is a Sonar Cube? Sonar Cube is an automatic code review tool. So Sonar Cube is one software which is used to perform the code review. Sonar Cube supports 29 programming languages. Sonar Cube is not only for the Java guys. Sonar Cube is not only for Java. Sonar Cube software will support for 29 programming languages. C language code you can review, C++ language code you can review, .NET code, Python code, JavaScript code, TypeScript code, Node.js code, like that, PHP code. It is supporting 29 programming languages. So here we all are the Java developers. We are using Sonar Cube to perform the code review of our Java project. When we do the code review by using Sonar Cube will identify below things in our code: bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, duplicate code blocks will be identified by Sonar Cube. Bugs nothing but the problem which is available in our project. Sonar Cube will identify the bugs. Bugs nothing but the problems which are available in our project. Bugs nothing but the problems which are available in our project. Okay, next one. Bugs comes under like we have done some coding. In that code, we are doing some operation on the null value. We have done some code. In that code, we are doing some operation on the null value. Then it will give null pointer exception. When you do some operation on the null value, then you will get a null pointer exception. Okay, null pointer exception comes under a bug. Null pointer exception, that means you are directly doing the operation on the null value. When you perform some operation on the null value, it will give you a null pointer exception. As a programmer, you forgot to check that null value. As a programmer, you forgot to check that null value. So that null value you can correct by using this Sonar Cube. That null pointer exception you can identify by using Sonar Cube. Next one is vulnerability. Vulnerability nothing but security constraints, security issues in our project. So is there any chance of attacking our application through our code? If you are using some passwords, secret codes, SSN numbers directly, then Sonar Cube will tell that there is a vulnerability. We should not use the password directly. We should not use the SSN, credit card numbers directly in our code, because hackers can attack our application with that secret information. If you are doing any operations on the passwords, SSN numbers, right, then you may get a vulnerability. The next one, Code smell. Code smell nothing but the problems that is not going to affect you now. So any kind of warning messages, it's better to change that. That will be part of code smell. Code smell nothing but it's not a critical bug, but there is a chance of getting the issue in the future. It's better to resolve that issue now itself. That is called as code smell. Next one, duplicate code blocks. If you are writing same code in the multiple places in the project, then it will show you where you have implemented duplicate code in your project. So all these things, all these problems available in the code can be identified by using Sonar Cube. So in the real time, every developer has to perform the review on the code. They have to correct the mistake because nobody is perfect. Whenever I am doing the code, I may do some mistake. You may do some mistake. 10 years experienced person also will do some mistake in the coding. Here, once our coding is completed, before giving our code to repository or before pushing the code to repository or before deploying the code to the QA or production, always we have to do the code review. So in the project development, multiple team members will be available, guys. You will be one of the team member in the project. Multiple team members will be available in the development. All the team members will be working on the same project. Okay. In that team, everybody will be 10 years experience. Are you going to see all the team members with the 10 plus years experience developers? No. The team contains some freshers, some junior developers, 1 year experienced people, 2 years experienced people, 3 years experienced people, 5 years experience, 10 years experience, like that. Different levels of experience will be available for the team members. Now, when all the team members are working on the same project, some team members can do some mistake. It may be related to code or it may be related to coding standard. Okay. Now, how can we correct those mistakes? So that's where code review will come into picture. In the real time, for every project we are going to do this code review, and every developer is responsible to review that code and correct the mistakes done by the developer. Guys, here code review will happen in two ways. One is by using Sonar Cube. Second one is a peer review. I will talk about the peer review later. Peer review means your code will be reviewed by other developer code you are going to review. That is called as a peer review. That is a different story. Currently I am going with the Sonar Cube. So to perform the code review we are using Sonar Cube software. What is this Sonar Cube? Sonar Cube is an automatic code review tool. Sonar Cube supports for 29 programming languages. Sonar Cube is not only for the Java. Other programming language developers also can use the Sonar Cube to review the code. So whenever we do the code review by using Sonar Cube, what this Sonar Cube will do? Sonar Cube is going to find out below problems in our code. It will identify the bugs. It will identify the vulnerabilities. It will identify the code smells. It will identify the duplicated code blocks. Bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, duplicate code blocks. Bugs are nothing but the direct problems, null pointer exception kind of thing. These will be identified by Sonar Cube. So whenever you are doing some operation on the null value, it will identify. Okay. Next one, vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities nothing but hacking related issues. So if you are doing the operation on the password, secret keys, SSN numbers and all, then vulnerability we will get. Code smell means kind of a warning messages. Is there any thing that we can make it better that can be identified by the Sonar Cube? It will say it as a code smell. And the next one is duplicated code block. So if you do the code anywhere, if you do the code repeated code in the same project, if you do some repeated code, then you will make it as a, you will call it as a duplicated code blocks. Now note, Sonar Cube will not check. Sonar Cube will not check our logic is correct or not. Sonar Cube is not going to check the logic. Sir, I have written one method, public void find repeated character in string, find repeated char in string. find or non-repeated carry in the string. Find a non-repeated character in the string. I'm going to take a string str. So inside that I'm going to write the logic to find. Now, sir, whatever the logic I'm writing, is this logic is correct or not? Is the Sonar Cube is going to check that whatever the logic you are writing, is that logic is going to give the correct output? Find a non-repeated character in string. Is it going to give you the logic to find the non-repeated character in the string? Sonar Cube will check the logic. Sonar Cube will check the coding standards. Guys, come on. Sonar Cube will check the logic of your methods. Sonar Cube will check only coding standards. Please speak out. Respond in the chat. Sonar Cube will check only coding standards. Sonar Cube will check the logic also. Sonar Cube will check the only coding standards, not the logic. Who will check our logic is correct or not? That is a peer review. If you are a junior developer, your code will be reviewed by other developer. Whatever the logic you are writing, is that logic is correct or not? Peer review is going to happen. Peer review is going to happen. So when you are working as a junior developer, then senior developers are going to review your code. That is a peer review. Okay. Sonar Cube software is not going to check our logic. Sonar Cube will check only coding standards are correct or not. Sonar Cube will not check our logic is correct or not. Above method is correct. Above method implementation is correct or not. Sonar Cube will not identify. So to check the logic, so junior developers code implementation will check by senior developers. That is called peer review. Junior developers code will check by code checking will done by junior developers code checking will done by senior developers in the team. Will done by senior developers in the team. This is called as peer review. So now do you understand when to go for peer review and when to go for Sonar Cube? Are you able to understand when to go for peer review and when to go for Sonar Cube? Sonar Cube is used to check the coding standards. Peer review is nothing but manually they are going to see your code and they are going to understand. Okay. Peer review will happen with any tool, or peer review is a manual process. Peer review is a manual process. They will take the functionality that you have implemented in the repository. Whatever the code you do, you will push your code to repository. Senior developer will go to the repository, will see the code you have implemented. They will check how you are writing that logic. Okay, fine guys. So Sonar Cube is one of the software which is used to perform the code review. So Sonar Cube is going to identify the bugs in our code. It is going to identify the vulnerabilities in our code. It is going to identify the code smells in our code. It is going to identify duplicated code blocks. Sonar Cube will not check our logic is correct or not. Right? Junior developers code checking will done by senior developers in the team. This is called as peer review. Peer review is a manual process. In peer review, logic checking will be done. In the peer review, logic checking will be done. That means how you are writing. Suppose for example, you are writing a nested for loop. Then it will take more time to execute loop inside the another loop. Can we do without having that loops concept? Can we write the code without having nested for loop? Such kind of things that we need to identify. Okay, that is called as a peer review. So I hope you guys are clear what is code review, and why we need to go for code review. So code review is very important in the project. Now tell me, how many types of code reviews will be done in the project? Can you guys tell me how many types of code reviews will be done in the project? Two types of code reviews will be done in the project. Okay, one is Sonar Cube review and the second one is peer review. Peer review will done by other developers who are seniors. Peer review will done by other developers who are seniors. In the peer review, they will check coding standards, and peer review is a manual process. And another one is Sonar Cube review. Sonar Cube is a software. Sonar Cube is used to check the coding standards. Sonar Cube is used to check the coding standards, whether developers are following the proper coding standards or not. That we are going to check by using Sonar Cube. Okay. Next one, how to set up the Sonar Cube software in our local. How to set up the Sonar Cube software in our local. Guys, download the Sonar from the below URL. So I'm going to take this URL, Sonar Cube software, from this URL. All right. Yep. So now here I have taken this Sonar Cube software. Sonar website is available here. Sonar software is available for both community edition and enterprise edition. Sonar Cube software is available for both the community edition and enterprise edition. See here, download Sonar Cube. First of all, see what is Sonar Cube. Official website of the Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube is going to act as your teammate for your code quality. Sonar Cube is going to act as your teammate for the code quality. Sonar Cube will act as your teammate for code quality and code security. Sonar Cube empowers all developers to write the cleaner and safer code. Join in the open community of more than 200,000 dev teams. Right? Now see here. Sonar Cube, your teammate for code quality and code security. Sonar Cube is going to act as your team member, which will check your code quality, which will check your code security. Sonar Cube empowers all developers to write cleaner and safer code. Join in this community. Now, so whenever you do the code review, it is going to display like this. Null pointer exception can come here, and the 0 bugs are available, 0 vulnerabilities are available, 4 code smells are available, duplicate code, and it will tell you code quality gate. So in the real time, we need to make sure our code quality gate is passed. In the real time, we need to check our code quality gate is passed. Code quality gate should be passed, right? If there is any critical issue in your code, then code quality gate will be failed. So clients will not accept if your code quality gate is failed. Code quality gate pass nothing but the minimum conditions that we need to follow are satisfied. If code quality gate is failed in the Sonar Cube for our project, that means there are some critical issues are available in our code which is not going to accept. Now see here, how many programming languages this Sonar Cube is going to support. How many programming languages this Sonar Cube is supporting? How many programming languages this Sonar Cube is supporting? It is supporting for 29 programming languages, guys. Sonar Cube is supporting 29 programming languages: Java, Kotlin, C#, VB, C, C++, JavaScript, TypeScript, PHP, Python. What is this? Terraform code, whatever the Terraform code you do. And this is code formations, code analysis, AWS code formation kind of things will be available. That also can be reviewed by using this. So 29 programming languages it is going to support. Can we change the code quality gate? Code quality gate, if the code quality gate is failed, means there are some issues in your code, there are some bugs in your code, then it is not going to show that as failed. If you fix the bugs in your code, then code quality will be passed. Manually we can't change. We need to improve our coding standards, then code quality gate will be passed. We need to improve our coding standards, then only code quality will be passed, otherwise code quality will be failed. Otherwise code quality will be failed. Guys, are you able to understand my point? Are you guys able to understand my point? Now in the real time, what will happen? In the real time, this Sonar Cube software will be integrated with the Jenkins. Jenkins is the software we are going to use to do the deployments of the project. So Sonar Cube software will be integrated with the Jenkins. So Jenkins is going to download the code from the repository. Let me show you how the code deployment will happen in the real time. I think in the DevOps batch I have explained that process, guys. Evening DevOps batch running. Let me show you the DevOps how I have explained that. There is an image to do the deployment process in the project. Recently only I have explained that class in the DevOps batch. Where is that diagram? This one. Can you guys see here? Now we are the developers. We are the developers. We will do the coding by using Maven. We are going to create a project. We are going to do the development, and by using this, we are the developers. We are going to do the coding by using our programming language Java. We will use a Maven to create our project. Whatever the code we do in our project, that project we are going to push into GitHub repository. All the code will be integrated. All the developers code will be integrated in the GitHub repository. GitHub repository is providing code integration platform. All the developers will be stored. All the developers are going to store the code into this GitHub repository. Code integration will happen under monitored access. So who is making change to code? Who, when, why, what? That will be tracked by GitHub repository. Then in the real time, guys, Sonar Cube you will set up in the local, and you will do the code review for whatever the code you have implemented. And at the project level, Jenkins software will be available, which is used to deploy our project into server. Maybe our server is in the cloud platform, AWS cloud. Our server will be available in the AWS cloud platform. Okay. Jenkins will be integrated with the GitHub repository because the project is available in the GitHub repository. Jenkins software will download the project source code from the GitHub. Then Jenkins software will be integrated with the Maven. Maven is used for build automation purpose. Our project compilation, our project unit test execution, our project packaging will be done by Maven. At the same time, Jenkins software also will be available, and it is going at the same time Sonar Cube software also will be available. Jenkins will be integrated with the Sonar Cube. Jenkins is going to talk to Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube is going to review code review. When you set up the Sonar Cube in your local, you will do code review for whatever the code you have implemented. So Jenkins will have the Sonar Cube integration. This Sonar Cube is going to do the code review for the whole project. Sonar Cube is going to do the code review for whole project. So in the Sonar Cube, when the whole project code review happened, if the project quality gate is passed, then only our Jenkins will deploy the project into server. Otherwise, I will not deploy the project into server, because if the project is not quality gate passed, if the project quality gate is not passed, there are some bugs in the project. It will give the problems when we run that project. That's why in the Jenkins we are going to use that Sonar Cube. That Sonar Cube is going to review our code, and Sonar Cube is going to tell us what is the quality gate of the project. Code quality check will done by Sonar. If code quality gate is passed, then only we are going to deploy that project into server. Otherwise, we don't deploy that project into server. We don't deploy that project into server. Are you guys clear with my points? Are you guys clear with my point? How the code review will happen? So Sonar Cube you will configure in your local system. You are going to do the code testing in your local system also. Whatever the code you have implemented, that code you are going to test. That code you are also going to test. In your local system, you will do the testing. In the local system, you are going to test it. Once it is done from your side, then then Jenkins is going to take the whole project to source code for the deployment purpose. Jenkins also will talk to Sonar Cube, and Jenkins will do the code review with the help of Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube will give the report to the Jenkins. If the report the code quality gate is passed, then it is going to push that code. Otherwise, it is going to deploy the code. Otherwise, it is going to stop the deployment. Are you clear? How Sonar Cube is integrated with the Jenkins? Why Sonar Cube will be integrated with the Jenkins? Jenkins is responsible to deploy our code. Before doing the deployment of the code review will happen by Jenkins. Very good. Thank you. Good guys. Now, so let's come here. We are going to set up the Sonar Cube in our system. Before going to set up the Sonar Cube in our system, so please all of you read these points. Important theory. First you need to understand theoretically why code review and what is the importance of the code review. Sonar Cube is an automatic code review tool. Sonar Cube supports for 29 programming languages. Sonar Cube will identify bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, duplicate code blocks. Sonar Cube will not check our logic is correct or not. Junior developers code checking will done by senior developers in the team. This is called as a peer review. Peer review is a manual process. In peer review, logic checking will be done. I hope you got the clarity. What is peer review and all. Packaging will done through Maven. Jenkins will talk to Maven. Maven will do the packaging. Alright guys. Junior developers code checking will done by senior developers in the team. This is called as peer review. Peer review is a manual process. In peer review, logic checking will be done. Now we need to install Sonar Cube guys. Sonar Cube we are going to install in our local to review our code. At the project level, Sonar Cube will be installed with the Jenkins also. Right. So download Sonar Cube software from this URL. Now observe carefully how I'm going to do this download. Guys, Sonar Cube latest version you can download from here. Download version, static code analysis for 17 languages, detect bugs and vulnerabilities, review security hotspots, track code smells, code quality, CI/CD integration, extensible with 50+ community plugins. You can download this for free of cost. Here, Sonar Cube latest version requires Java latest version, so I am going for historical downloads of the Sonar Cube guys. The historical versions, the previous versions of the Sonar Cube I am going to download. 6.3.1 version I am going to download, which is compatible with my Java 8. See here, Sonar Cube 6.3.1. How I am accessing 6.3.1? Going to Sonar Cube downloads. In the downloads here, there is a concept of historical downloads available. That means the previous versions of the Sonar Cube. So I'm going to the latest version of the Sonar Cube is 9.4. I have not tried this recently, guys. So if you try, there's no issue. You can try that. If it is working, no problem. But previously I tried with 6.3.1, which is compatible with my Java 1.8 version. In my system, Java 1.8 is available. So I'm going to download Sonar Cube 6.3.1. It is a community edition, nothing but it is a free software. Now I have downloaded Sonar Cube zip file. Sonar Cube zip file I have downloaded. So once you have downloaded that zip file, now extract that zip file. In that Sonar folder, Sonar I am running in the Windows operating system, so I will go for Windows folder. In the Windows there is a file called startsonar.bat. Once the Sonar server is started, it will display Sonar up and running message in the console. By default, Sonar server will run on the 9000 port number. That is the default port number. You can access that Sonar server dashboard by using this URL. So can you see how to set up the Sonar software in our local? Can you read these steps? How to set up the Sonar software in our local system? How to set up Sonar software in our local system? Are you guys able to understand? Come on, guys. Very good. Now let me go to this downloads folder. Sonar Cube file is downloaded. Extract all to Sonar Cube 6.3.1. File is getting downloaded. Extracting. File download already completed. Now I am extracting that project zip file, Sonar Cube project zip file. Yeah, I got this. So when you go to Sonar Cube zip file, here can you see the pin folder? In the build, Sonar Cube will support for Linux operating system, it will support for Windows operating system, it will support for Mac operating system. Okay, let's come to conf file. Sonar.properties available. Let me go to this conf properties. Okay, these are the properties that you can use if you want to do any customization. What is the default port number of the Sonar Cube? 9000. Can we change the default port number? If you uncomment this, you can configure whatever the port number you want to configure. What is the default port number of the Sonar Cube? Sonar Cube default port number is, what is the default port number? 9000. Can we customize that port number of the Sonar Cube? in the properties file we can customize. So by default they have commented this, default they are using 9000. If you want to customize that port number, you uncomment this line which is sonar.web.port and configure your own port number that is available in the conf folder. Now if you go to bin directory, here we have subfolder. Do you want to run this Sonar in the Windows 32-bit operating system, or you want to run this Sonar in the Windows 64-bit operating system, or you want to run it in the Linux operating system or Mac operating system? So currently my machine is a Windows 64-bit operating system, so I'm going to this folder. In this there is a bat file available, start sonar.bat file. Double click on this. Now launching JVM. So Sonar software is developed by using which programming language? Sonar software is developed by using which programming language now? Java. So that means when I run that bat file, it is launching one JVM. In that JVM, Sonar Cube software is going to execute. So this Sonar is a web application. Sonar Cube software is a web application. To run that web application, they have given a bat file. So 9000 is the default. Let's wait, guys. Sonar Cube will start. Once the Sonar Cube is started, it is going to show you Sonar Cube server is up and running. They have commented that Jyoti because default 9000. If you want to change it, then uncomment it and change that line. They have commented because by default it is 9000. If you want to change from 9000 to some different value, uncomment that property, server sonar.web.port, give your own number for port. Yeah. Once the Sonar starts successfully, it will display a message, Sonar Cube is up and running. In the console, it will display a message, Sonar Cube is up and running. Yes, these are the steps. We can customize port number, location, Sonar folder, conf folder, sonar.properties file. In this properties file, 9000 is available. If you want, you can customize that file. Let's try localhost :9000, localhost :9000. I have not changed that port number, guys. I have not changed that port number. Still, it is not yet started. It is taking some time. And guys, meanwhile, for Ashok IT website, we have done a small change. We have added a blog. So whenever I get some free time, I will write some blogs. So that related to technical topics, I will be writing some blogs. So if you go to this website, there you can see blog. Ashok IT blog is available. What are our recent blogs and blog categories? Just we have started. So we will be writing the blogs in our website from now. When we find some free time, we will write those blogs. So this is the URL to access our blogs. Okay. Perfect. It started. Fine, guys, let's wait till that server gets let's start right now. So once Sonar Cube server is started, so you understand right how to download the Sonar and how to start the Sonar and what is the default port number of the Sonar. Did you get that idea? How to install the Sonar, how to see the port number of the Sonar, and how to run the Sonar, how to access the Sonar dashboard. By default, Sonar server is running on the port number 9000. So we are going to download the Sonar from this URL. I'm downloading a version 6.31. It is a historical download. That means previous version. Historical version download. Current version of the Sonar is 9.3 something like that. I have not tried with the latest version of the Sonar, so when I get some time I will do that trial also. Okay, previously I tried with 6.31, which is the older version, which supports our Java 1.8. Start Sonar server by executing start sonar.bat file. So if you are using Windows operating system, then you will go to this location to start the Sonar. So Sonar is also a Java project, so it is going to run by using JVM. If you want to change the port number, then you can go to this location and you can change it. Sonar software will use by default 9000 port. Once the Sonar server started successfully, then you can take the Sonar, that you can check the dashboard of the Sonar by using this URL. Now, okay, fine. Here we need to understand our next step. What is the next thing is, I have my Java application. I have developed my Java application, and Sonar Cube software is also running in our system. Guys, now this is my Java application and this is Sonar software. Sonar software I have downloaded and I have executed. Sonar is running as a web application. Sonar Cube software is available. Sonar Cube software is available now. I have my Java application. I have my Java application. How to do the code review for my Java application by using this Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube is running as a web application. How to create the link between our Java application and this Sonar Cube. How to create the link between Java application and the Sonar Cube. Do we need to create the link or we no need to create the link between Java application and the Sonar now? Do we need to create the link or we no need to create the link between Java and Sonar? Come on guys. Do we need to create the link between Java and Sonar or we no need to create the link between Java and Sonar? We need to create the link between the Java application and Sonar. Sonar is a server, it is running. My Java project is available. I want to create the link between my Java application and the Sonar so that my project code will be reviewed by the Sonar. My project code will be reviewed by the Sonar and the review report I can see in the Sonar dashboard. I want to use the Sonar server to review my code. Once the review completed, I want to review my project source code by using Sonar. Once the project review completed, I want to see the review report. That review report will be displayed in the Sonar dashboard, right? How to create the link between Java application and the Sonar Cube? That's where Sonar plugin will come into picture. Who is going to create the link between Java application and Sonar Cube software? There is a Sonar plugin. We need to add the Sonar plugin in our project pom.xml. We need to add the Sonar plugin in our pom.xml. Then that code will be reviewed by the Sonar. That report will be displayed in the Sonar Cube software, Sonar Cube dashboard. So now tell me, what is required to establish a link between our Java application and Sonar Cube so that we can do the code review by using Sonar? Sonar is a separate server that I have downloaded, that I have started. It is running. See the status. What is the status? Oh, Sonar Cube status. Chalo, let's go to the dashboard. Yeah. Can you see My Sonar Cube server is started. Can you see my Sonar Cube server is started? Localhost colon 9000. Localhost colon 9000. Are we able to access the dashboard of the Sonar? Are we able to access the dashboard of the Sonar? Yes. How many projects I have analyzed in the Sonar as of now? In the Sonar, how many projects it is displaying? Projects analyzed 0. That means a new Sonar software I have downloaded. Currently 0 projects are analyzed in the Sonar. Okay. Right. Now I have my Java application. I have my Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube is up and running. My Java application is available. In order to run my project with the Sonar, I want to do the code review for my project by using Sonar. For that, I need to use a Sonar plugin. Now, see here guys, running the project with the Sonar Cube server. Add below one plugin. Add below one plugin in the project pom.xml file in the build tag. This is the plugin you need to add guys. This is a Sonar Maven plugin. Once you have added that plugin, do the build of the project with the Maven clean goal. Do the Maven build. Do Maven build project with the package goal. Do the Maven build with the package goal. Just package goal. Once you have done this, then for project do Maven build with below goal to do the code review. So this is the goal which is going to do the code review of our project MVN Sonar colon Sonar. When you execute this Sonar colon Sonar goal in the Maven, then it is going to do the code review. It will display code review report in the Sonar server dashboard. Can you guys read these points guys? I have given very clear notes also how to do the code review of our project by using Sonar Cube. Running the project with the Sonar Cube server. Add below one plugin in project pom.xml file. This is the plugin we need to add in the build tag of the pom.xml. Then once you have added that plugin, then that means we are creating a link between the Sonar server and our project. Then do the clean package of our project. Then do Sonar colon Sonar goal execution. This Sonar colon Sonar goal execution is going to review the project source code. The reviewed report will be displayed with the whatever the review report that you display, that review report will be displayed in the Sonar dashboard. Similarly for Gradle also, Gradle plugin will be available. As I'm using a Maven build tool, Maven plugin is displaying. If you go for Gradle, Gradle plugin also will be available. I will show you that. Okay, fine. Are you comfortable how to do the code review with the Sonar Cube, how to set up the Sonar server, and how to create the link between the Java project and Sonar? Is this notes clearly explaining you all the steps that you need to follow? Is this notes explaining you clearly all the steps that you need to follow? Do you need to butify anything? Do you need to butify anything? No. Chalo, let's do this now. Take this plugin, go to our project. Yeah, let me take the user management API. That is guys, JRTP people, it is our second mini project we have implemented. JRTP people, this is the second mini project, 90 JRTP, 20 JRTP. This is the second mini project we have implemented. So some more lines of code available when compared with other projects. Let's go to here, go to pom.xml file, go to pom.xml file. Go to pom.xml file. In the pom.xml, here we have build tag. In the build tag we have plugins tag. In the plugins tag already we have one plugin called boot Maven plugin available, Lombok plugin excluded that. There in that we have to add a new plugin called Sonar plugin. See here where I have added that plugin, Sonar plugin. Plugin is nothing but it's a program which is going to perform the action. Maven will do the build operations with the plugins only. So here build tag is available in the pom.xml. In the build tag already we have a plugin. In that I have added one plugin. Currently Maven plugin is by default we are getting this Maven boot plugin when you create the boot application. Now I have added one custom plugin. This is called Sonar Maven plugin. The plugin details I have given here. Okay. Once you have done this plugin configuration, then just do your Maven package. Run as Maven build. Just clean and package your project. First I am just cleaning my project. Clean package. Click on apply. Click on run. I'm just trying to clean the project. Clean the project, nothing but it is going to delete the target folder and it is going to compile the code. It is going to do the unit testing and it is going to do package of the project. Based on the packaging type, jar packaging or var packaging, it is going to do. Jar packaging or var packaging, it is going to. Let's wait. The build is in progress. Build is in progress. Now you see, when you do the clean plugin is going to execute. When you do that, the build failed, guys. The build got failed. Package build is failed. Can you see what is the reason the package build is failed? Compilation error. Our project is not able to compile. Why it is not able to compile? No compiler provided in the environment. Our application is running on the JRE. Okay. Now what I need to do for this, right click on the project, build path, configure build path, add the JDK. Currently my project build path is JRE. With the JRE we cannot do the compile. Let's go and add JDK. In our system JDK is installed. Let's go there and add the JDK. C drive program files. C drive program files Java JDK. Okay. Select the JDK folder. Select the JDK folder. Selected JDK. Click on finish. Select this JDK. Apply. Apply and close. Now alternate JRE. Select the JDK. Click on finish. Now earlier we have JRE. Now we have JDK. Apply. Apply and close. In order to compile the project, JDK software is required. Now I have added the JDK. Now run as Maven build. Clean goal, package goal, it is trying to execute now. Clean is used to delete the target folder. Package means it will do the compilation, it will do the testing and it will do the packaging. Once it is done, then I am going to do the code review by using Sonar. How to do the code review by using Sonar? Sonar is the goal. Sonar Cube is going to perform the whole code scanning. It is going to scan each and every line of your source code. If you have done any mistakes in the coding, all the mistakes it is going to display. It is going to display all those mistakes and we have to correct those mistakes. How to see the code review report? Code review report we can see in the Sonar dashboard. In the Sonar dashboard currently, how many projects are analyzed? It is showing 0. So now I am going to analyze my project. Then my project information will come. Then we are going to see the code review report. What are the mistakes we have done in the coding? That report we can find out. So if there are issues in our code, then definitely we have to fix those issues. We need to make our code quality gate as passed. If your code quality gate is not passed, Jenkins is not going to accept that code for the deployment. Jenkins is not going to accept that code for the deployment. Let's wait. Still it is doing the compilation.